Good morning. The May 31st, 2017 meeting of the Board of Estimate is now called to order. In the interest of promoting the order and the efficiencies of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearing will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Estimates are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in a charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's agenda, the board received the protest for pages 84 to 86, number 3, from K&B Whole Body Solutions, LLC. That item will be moved to the non-routine agenda. In addition, the board received the protest for pages 100 to 102 from Martin Hilda, PA, on behalf of Balfour Beatty Infrastructure and its division of Frucon Construction, as well as for pages 96 and 99, a protest was also received on behalf of Frucon Construction from Martin Hilda, PA. Those two items, pages 100 to 102 and pages 96 to 99, will not be heard by the board. The protester is not a bidder on the contracts at issue, and in addition, the protester is currently disputing the underlying matter through the administrative process and the courts. The appropriate forum to hear those disputes are the administrative process and the courts, and not the Board of Estimates. Therefore, pages 100 to 102 and 99 to 96 will not be heard by the Board of Estimates today. In addition, the board received a protest from Ms. Trueheart on all items on the agenda. The board did review her correspondence. However, she will not be heard from today either. We have one item that is being deferred, and that's page 54, item number 2, for 1 week. I have the following abstentions to note. The Honorable Mayor Pugh will abstain on pages 158 to 159, items 3 and 4. The Honorable President Young will abstain on page 12, item number 1, and pages 57 to 58. The Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on page 115, item number 7, page 117, page 118, and pages 140 to 141, item 23. And again, the item remaining on the non-routine agenda is page 84 to 86, item number 3. Mr. President and members of the board, those are the protests received, the deferrals, as well as the abstentions that have been reported thus far. Thank you.
Thank you. I would direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from my office dated May the 30th, 2017, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any corrections and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
I move the approval of the items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carried. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on pages 84 to 86, item number 3. Recommendations for contract award B50004928, Summer Food Service Program. Will the parties please come forward?
Good morning, Madam Mayor, honorable members of the board. Erin Chair Smith for Department of Finance. I am recommending award at this time due to the extremely time-sensitive nature of this contract, which is for the summer food program.
Hey, good morning. I am Tom Baker representing K&B Whole Body Solutions, which is protesting 1/4 of this award. I'll explain why it is a quarter. K&B Whole Body Solutions is represented, Kendra Winston and Brittany Adams, the two ladies immediately behind me, but I'm their lawyer. This is on page 84 of the agenda. which bespeaks, as Aaron has spoken, of a 4-part award, all to Martin's Incorporated. What the contract is an award of administration of the summer food program, and the award was broken into 4 geographic areas. That's correct. Areas 1, 2, 3, and 4. K and B submitted a bid for Area 2, but not for Areas 1, 3, and 4. So the award to Martin's of Areas 1, 3, and 4 is not protested. The basis of the protest is an administrative failure. K and B submitted a timely bid, and for reasons not perfectly clear, but I think clear, the proposal of K and B was sent to the Department of Law, and the Department of Law hasn't done anything about it, and as a consequence, the proposals that were evaluated by the Bureau of Purchases did not include a proposal by K and B. So the fundamental of the protest is our proposal has never been evaluated. And it looks like a good proposal.
Okay.
That is to say, it's low, it's submitted by a responsible bidder.
Mr. Ralph, you want?
Yeah,
Yes.
So, Counsel, you said it was submitted to the Department of Law, and the Department of Law never did anything with it. Do you know that to be
No,
correct?
that's hearsay.
Okay.
My client, K&B, has received no piece of paper from any city agency at all. Not a thank you for your proposal, not a your proposal is accepted, not a proposal is rejected, a nothing.
Right.
And so it looks like an administrative failure from Board of Estimates, which opened the proposals to the place where it purportedly was sent.
Okay. But you don't know that?
That is correct,
Okay,
sir.
just
And
want to
so
be clear.
That's correct. And so the fundamental of the protest is failure to evaluate the proposal.
Okay.
And it looks like a good proposal, which is to say this is not an academic protest, it's a real protest. So I'd like to know where it happened.
So the Bureau, that is correct, and the Bureau of Purchases did never receive the proposal of K and B. However, it was referred to the Law Department, and the Law Department made a recommendation to the Board of Estimates.
Okay, thanks. Didn't know that. What was the recommendation?
You could talk about the problem what the problem was.
Hannah Rose Kondratuk from the Law Department. Good morning, members of the board.
Morning.
Estimates. The issue with the bid from K&B Whole Body Solutions was it was in the form of a company check, according to the solicitation, and the fact that this is a federally funded project and it's required by the CFR, a code section that bid security be submitted in the form of a bid bond in the amount of 5%. So it was the Law Department's determination at the time that we reviewed the bids that this was immaterial. It was a minor defect that the Law Department at the time recommended that the board could consider curing and allowing the bidder to submit a bid bond in compliance with the CFR. After the Law Department submitted the opinion, it was determined that this was a timely manner. The Bureau of Purchases has recommended award at this time. The Law Department went upstairs just to review K&B's bid, just to ensure that although the Bureau of Purchases was recommending rejection, that their bid price that was submitted was not lower than Martin's. And when I reviewed the bid, I determined that the price for K&B was actually higher than Martin's. So although the Law Department initially recommended the board to consider cure, it's moot at this time because Purchases needs the board to act. And even if they were given the opportunity to cure, they would still not be considered the lowest responsive and responsible bidder.
Thank you.
May I ask
Madam
you-
Control.
yeah, can you state for the record what Martin's bid, what the amount, and K&B, you said it was higher?
Do you want me to take that? They're all right here. So the price for Area 2, which is what's in question right now, from Martin's Inc. was $281,700. The price for K and B Area 2 was $296,670.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else? Yeah, state your name.
My name is Brittany Adams. I represent K&B Whole Body Solutions, LLC. The one area in the solicitation that spoke about as far as how it's awarded, that's not a low bidder responsive type award. It's on a 100-point scale, and that the price per meal hold a weight of 35 points, while everything else holds a weight of 65 points. So menu creativity, food quality, management and logistics, your workforce, all that is taken into consideration for the bid, since it's not a low bidder type award. And also in the actual solicitation, it spoke about a deposit check or a bid bond, which is in several places, which I have printed out as well, which is why we chose the check.
So while I'm sure the Board of Estimates knows that we generally will recommend any efforts to cure minor deviations, because of the nature of this program, at this point, we're not recommending that. However, I just wanted to point out there's a many steps involved in this other than just the bid guarantee. If the board did accept a cure at this time, the proposals would still have to be evaluated and they would have to be scored, and then that recommendation would then have to go to the state for approval. So we would be looking at a delay of approximately 5 weeks to include all of those steps at this time. So because of the sensitive nature of the program, we are asking to move for an award regardless of what could be included in this proposal, as we've never received it.
So when is the proposal, when does this contract go into operation?
The first meal needs to be served June 19th. I believe the last day of school is June 13th, and these schools are meant for children that are not able to get school meals.
Anything else, sir?
Well, I'm sorry it will take so long. I can see the problem immediately. I just wish our bid had been evaluated earlier, so we'd have that time to have it evaluated rather than stand up here in this somewhat theatrical moment. I just wish we had more time, because when all the points are together, we being K and B might very well be the best bidder.
Okay.
And the opportunity to have the best bidder will be lost.
Ms. Chair, since there seems to be some ambiguity about what the form of the check, whether it should have been a bid bond or a check, shouldn't the Bureau of Purchases send out an amendment so that it is clear, since appears to be some confusion?
Yes, if we were still in the solicitation phase, if there were confusion as to that requirement, what the city's regular requirements are, which are bid bond or bid check, and what the CFR requirements, which are only a bond, we would have done that by an addendum, correct?
I'll entertain the motion.
I move that we reject the protest in connection with page 84 through 86, item 3 of the agenda, and move that we approve the recommendation by the Bureau of Purchases for the award of a contract as stated in page 84 through 86, item 3 of the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries.
Thank you, folks.
Thank
Thank you.
You have something to say, ma'am?
Okay, all right.
There have been no more business before the board. We will recess until bid opening at 12 noon.
SC 966, cleaning and inspection of sanitary sewers at various locations in Baltimore City, Zone A. A bid bond is required. The amount is over $100,000. Spiniello Companies with a bid bond. $3,493,300. Hydro Structures LLC with a bid bond. Page 80, okay, good. $4,118,824. Riviera Enterprises, Inc. with a bid bond. $3,035,790. Thank you. Thanks, Yvette. Mobile Dredging and Video Pipe, Inc. with a bid bond. $2,743,638.50. Pipe and Plant Solutions with a bid bond. $3,734,535.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report. Thank you.
B50004989. Customized wheeled stretchers. A bid bond is not required. Thank you. Fernal, Washington. Okay. $48,460.70. Thank you. Oh, this one here's too.
Refer this bid to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
B50004822, Psychological Services and Employee Assistance Program.
Harriet,
Yes.
there were 2 pages here.
Yeah.
Technical, and one is
This is for price.
just doing this page.
Right, yes. Because we opened, this is how you may remember when we came
Oh,
back
okay.
and opened that one for Janice.
Gotcha.
Yes, so it's just gonna be for this.
All right. Thank you.
And for this particular bid, we are opening the price proposals only for the Employee Assistance Program. At the meeting this morning, the board also approved the rejection of all the bids for psychological services. So these are for, again, Employee Assistance Program. Sorry, it's okay. B5. Adventist Healthcare LifeWork Strategies. $34,200. Okay. I'll give you one set of these, yes, okay. Okay. Yeah. We put them all. And made each one a different duplicate. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's B5. Yeah, B5. Right, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So make sure I have two names. Janice Associates Inc., doing business as BHS. $80,280.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Okay. There being no further business, we are adjourned.